Yeah. Are we good?
Yes, all good.
She
Yeah,
said,
Coach, thanks for taking the time. I appreciate it.
yeah.
Hope it's going well down there in Florida. Could you just run me through the Tennessee match? And I know there was some twists and turns there. What was it like to get that one done? Take me through kind of your emotions watching all that go down.
I mean, first of all, we know that Tennessee was going to be just a brutal match. We had a guy out. Raf was out the first go around. We had a couple of niggles going into that match, and so on. And we were very excited to get after that one. Especially up in Tennessee, we felt a little bit slighted with the seeding of the 8-9 seed getting switched there, and so we had everything to gain going in the match, but we knew that Tennessee was going to be a tough opponent, no doubt. They're feisty, they're tough. They've proven it kind of year in year out as one of the best teams in the country. They're used to moving through that round pretty easily and getting into the Final Four the last couple of years and establishing themselves there. So, we had everything to gain and we put it out there where they had everything to lose. And so the goal was to be able to get them to the end of the match, in that third hour where the pressure loads in. And that's exactly what happened. We got off to a great doubles point. They have one of the best doubles points in the country, I feel, as well, like we do. And it came down to a tiebreaker again. This time it went our way at the number one spot. And then we lost 5 first sets. It didn't look great for about an hour and a half, to be totally honest. It was something that, look, it was something that we talked about as a team, is that this is an extended round fight. And when they start out punching, they're going to punch. And we just got to stay in the fight and keep throwing punches as well. And that's exactly what we did. And sure enough, the momentum started switching a little bit. We started getting a few of a break maybe here or there in the second sets. We had a couple guys down a break that turned it early in the seconds. And you could feel the change, the switch. The crowd started getting a little bit more concerned. Their sideline players started getting a little more concerned. You can see the coaches starting to panic a little bit, and our guys started growing with presence in that moment to just double down on that feeling that they were having. So it was awesome. And then seeing our guys get there in the thirds with Toby and Connor. I mean, those are our leaders. Those are our guys that have been studs for us, the mainstays as far as the most consistent points all year. And having those guys out on the court there, but also seeing them go down a break, you tend to be a little concerned there as well. But, having those guys there, they're going to stick in. And that's exactly what they did.
You've kind of mentioned this team and their resiliency. Kind of looking back at that Tennessee match and seeing Connor Thomson fight back in that singles match and secure the victory, just how good was that to see?
It was awesome. It wasn't the first time this year. It was, it's been repeated multiple times this year, multiple times in his career. I think he's got the confidence, obviously, now that if we want a guy out there, it would be him. He's definitely one of the top guys we want out there in that position. And it was great to see him come through, and to be that guy. He's put so much hard work and extra hours in this year, and it's been a source of pride for him to lead the team. So to be in that position in closing for the guys, coming back and showing what our team and our program is all about, and really being an example in action there, that's big for him. But, for me as a coach, extremely proud of him for sure.
This is the first time since '89 you've been as far as you are right now. First of all, do you remember what you were up to in 1989 as a, I guess, 10 years old?
I was a 10-year-old pipsqueak, probably not know. Yeah, who knows what I was doing at 10. But yeah, that was a long time ago. Yeah, pretty cool, right? To come back after, God, however many years that is now. But it's been a long time coming, since the day that that's been a goal, is to be in the Elite Eight, but it's not stopping there. I mean, it's been a goal from the beginning. And the first guys that signed on the program in my first year, that 2011 year, it was, this is part of it, is this journey. And so the cool part is that we have a lot of guys that signed on in those years that are contributing to the program this day. They are on an alumni chat with our guys, and they're constantly pumping up our guys, and every win that we get is a win for those guys. It absolutely is. And it sounds really cliche, but those guys, they went through a lot and they suffered a lot, and they had a lot of tough seasons early on, but they knew that it wasn't for them necessarily during those years. It was for the build of the program, and they bought into it at a young age. And that's pretty phenomenal for those guys, that being 18 to 22 year olds, being into that long-term delayed gratification build But now they're kind of seeing the results come to fruition. It's pretty cool.
I guess to follow up on that, you mentioned the Elite Eight round as being kind of a goal. You've been to the tournament a lot of times. Was there something that this team had that allowed them to maybe get over the hump of the round of 16 into this next round that others didn't, or why do you think it kind of manifested itself like it did in that way?
Everything builds on itself. Or at least if we feel like if we do it right, we're going to be building from last year and so on. So, it was a lot of making the tournament great. Now it's okay. Let's make it to the round of 32. Great. Now we got to get to the round of 16. Great. Did that 2 times, and it's just a consistent build. The first time you're there, you're happy. The second time, you expect and think you can move forward. If you fail, then you play the next year with a chip on your shoulder. And so we've been building. So we're a better team than we were last year, and have played better big matches than we did last year. And so getting into this year, it was an expectation to make the round of 16, but also it's time. It's enough. We're not here to make the round of 16 anymore. That was the message from the beginning is, if we're going to burn it, let's burn it down in the first round, but we're going to do this right. And we're going to play the way that's going to allow us to win a title. And if we happen to lose because of it, then fine. But we're not here to just kind of make a round. And so that's been the message from the beginning, is that we're not holding anything back here. So we're going to play big in the big moments, and we're going to go after the win. And I think that was probably the mindset that got us through.
Matt, I see your hand up. Go ahead.
Hey, Coach. I know you guys obviously expected to get to the Elite Eight, but do you think that there is going to be a freedom that your guys will be able to play with in this round, knowing that you guys are not the ones expected to win?
Yeah, we hope so. We got a little bit of a chip on our shoulder here. We played Texas at the same facility on the same courts that we're going to play in the first round of the final site. It happened to be the round of 16 last time we played them, and we were up 3-0. We came out of the gate swinging hard and fast, and like we plan on doing tomorrow. And it took them by surprise, and we just didn't shut the door. I don't think we had been there enough times to get through that finish line. And, I don't see anything happening much different than that happened last time, except hopefully this time we'll close the door. We've got enough reps this time. So, our guys right now, like we said, we are going to play to win at all costs. We're not happy to be here. Anything short of a title isn't what we want. So we're going to go one match at a time. We know how to run tournaments, and we're going to stick to our guns, but we're going to go play to win.
Alex, go ahead.
Obviously facing off against Texas, what have you seen from them, and what kind of challenge do they present?
They're good. I mean, they're good. They're good 1 through 6. They've got a great doubles point. The biggest challenge is that they're probably more comfortable being here. They've been in this situation repeatedly the last few years. So coming all the way down to routines and rituals during the event, the guys understand the importance of getting out of the gates in the first one. They have an actual live experience versus just what coaches are telling them, right? And I think the familiarity is what we're initially going to fight. So again, they're going to feel comfortable there, but they, and I think they understand who we are and what we're about. But they're great at every spot, but so are we. So I legitimately think that all 8 teams here have a run to the title. They can absolutely make that run. It's a different year with the 5th-year seniors, everywhere. There's a lot of parity amongst all that are here. You take a look at last year's event, it was upsets. Lower seeds won every match until they got to the finals. The 7 and 8 seeds were in the finals last year, and it's the same makeup this year. So our guys understand that we have a fair shot tomorrow, and it's going to come down to a few points, just like every match that's going to happen.
Chapel?
The strategy question wise, I guess that doubles point, how important is that to y'all and your success, and how much stock do you put into that? And what's it like having the number 1 team at that spot to kind of fuel that?
Yeah, it's great. They're number 1 because they're good, and they've repeatedly showed it. They, even on the days where they're playing bad, they've got a lot of different tools so they don't have to be firing on all cylinders to get the job done. And they've shown that pretty much all season. And it's great, having those guys out there, but we also have a great 2 team and also have a great 3 team. And I do believe we have one of the best doubles points in the country. It is a major asset of ours. It allows us, if we get that point, to play a little more free in singles, knowing that we just need half of the spots that are out there. So everybody can go out there and play very aggressive. It'll play an important part, but I don't think that it's going to be the end all be all. It just changes the dynamic of the singles point a little bit more, is where Now you got to go out there and get 4 out of the 6, and our guys are showing that they can do that. And I have no doubt that we can and will do that if that's the case tomorrow.
All right, you guys have anything else for Coach Goffi?
That's it for me.
All right, Josh, we'll let you turn your camera off and switch your seat to one of the boys.
Perfect. All right. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How you doing, guys?
All right, we are joined by Connor Thompson. So if you guys just want to use the raise hand function, and then we'll call on you for questions. Matt, start us off.
Hey, I asked your coach the same question about playing free in this Elite Eight round. You guys obviously have been a top 10 team all year long, but this is a team you guys are going up against, expected to win this match. Do you guys feel like you can go into this Elite Eight playing free, knowing that you guys are not expected to win this one?
Yeah, 100%. I think that's one thing the team's been doing a better job at. We're going out and we're playing to win. I think that was probably one of the matches at Tennessee where, every guy was going out there swinging, and, regardless of what the score was, we were going to go out and win the match rather than just kind of hoping the match came to us. And, one thing that I've learned being here for a good few years now is, against the best teams, they won't just give you the win. You have to go out there, you have to earn it off your own right. So, yeah, the plan is just to go out there and compete as hard as possible and, go out there and try and take the match from them.
Alex?
Going back to your singles match against Tennessee, how good did it feel to come back and secure that victory for the team?
Yeah, massive. I loved every second of that match. They had a pretty feisty crowd. They were on us. Tennessee is a very good team. They compete, just as well as anybody else in the country. And they've got amazing players to back up as well. And we also took a tough loss to them early in the season, and we felt pretty disrespected after the match, and we all had a sort of chip on the shoulder with it, and we wanted to go and prove that we are a very good team, and that was just kind of the goal for that match.
Capel?
Hey, Connor, appreciate taking the time. What do you remember about playing doubles with Toby Samuel for the first time, and what's the growth process been like there for y'all two to get to where you are now in that number one spot for a good few weeks now?
We started playing doubles in the fall. I think it was like one of the very first practices, and I remember we were just lighting up the ball, and we went to the changeover, and we were just kind of having a sip of water. We were joking about it, and then we're like, I think we might be pretty decent together. And then everything sort of just kind of went from there. Like, he's been playing amazing throughout the whole year as well, which makes my life a lot easier. I just show up most days. But yeah, like we get kind of, I wouldn't say nervous or anything like that. We're pretty excited about going out there and playing, and, we swing, and we trust ourselves. And I think that's probably the best part about it,
Alex?
Obviously, you are heading to the quarterfinals for the first time since 1989. How good does it feel to be able to accomplish that and still have opportunities to accomplish more?
Yeah, everything. For me, everything I do is for the betterment of the program. I bought into that massively, especially this year. One of the things I spoke to Josh with was kind of just how do I go about, trying to lead as best as possible and, leaving this place in a better spot than what I got it in, and obviously having a good relationship with the alumni is massive as well. They feed a lot of positivity into the group, and, to take this program into the Elite Eight was unbelievable.
Capel?
Coach mentioned, and you just mentioned now, kind of the idea of a chip on the shoulder. I'm wondering, was there like a moment mid-season, maybe the early SEC tournament loss late in the season, anything that you guys have kind of really centered around and been like as a driving force, okay, this isn't who we are, we're going to show everybody who we are?
I think with how well we started off the season, I can't remember how many matches we won in a row, but we were winning an awful lot, and when you win it, winning becomes a habit, and we were, anything but a win wasn't acceptable, and that's sort of the mentality we had. And then we had a couple of injuries, and then a little bit of doubt kind of crept in. And it was frustrating, you know, it was very frustrating, you know, and it was like all we wanted to do was prove and win titles, you know, and when you're not necessarily winning it, you sit there and you reflect on it, and you know, you can get quite emotional about it. And we kind of, as a group, just decided, all right, enough's enough. You know, like, let's put the foot down, let's go out there and achieve what we can. You know, because why not? Like, why should we not win the national championship? You know, and that was a question that got put forward to us, and we're like, no, but we should. We train just as hard as anybody else. We want it just as much, you know, so let's go out there and let's do everything right, and, you know, not play tentative, not play tight, you know, play free and go and play to win, you know.
All right, you guys have anything else for Connor?
All good.
All right, Connor, if you want to switch your camera off and trade places, we'll chat with
Perfect.
Toby.
Thanks,
Thank-
Connor.
Thank you.
Hey,
Excellent, good instruction from Chase. They're late. Well done.
yeah.
We're joined by Toby Samuel. If you have questions for Toby, just raise your hand and we will go like we have been. Chapel, start us off.
Hey, Toby, appreciate you taking the time. Just tell us what's it been like beating Tennessee and getting down here and kind of being on this stage that y'all have really been pushing to get to for a while now.
Yeah, I mean, that win felt amazing just for the whole team to sort of come together after them beating us like pretty badly at our place like early in the year. So coming back from that and in their house and doing that result was just an amazing achievement for us.
Alex?
Obviously, moving on to the quarterfinals for the first time since '89. How good does that feel to be able to accomplish that?
Yeah, I mean, our whole goal, like since I've been here, is to try and, you know, push the new boundaries for the team and like make history for this team. And it feels so good to finally like take our first step towards doing that for Josh, for the team, and just for all the alumni that have played before us. So I think just trying to keep pushing forward and keep setting new boundaries for teams in the future to come do as well. But yeah, it feels great to be here and super excited to play.
Chapel?
Asked Connor the same thing last year. What do you remember about playing doubles with him for the first time? And he said there was almost a realization really early that y'all could be something special. What's it been like to notice that and then kind of have that grow to where it is now with y'all too?
Yeah, I mean, it was like pretty sudden. Like we never really played with each other, and then suddenly we sort of played a match. We won pretty easy, and I was like, oh, this could be like something special here. And we sort of just built off that, and we just kept winning. And I think we haven't really slowed down since. It's been a pretty like cool experience to share with him. Being with him in the country is something that I never thought I'd do in my college career. So it's a great achievement for both of us, and I'm super like happy to share that with him as well.
Alex?
Facing off against Texas, what have you seen from them, and what kind of challenge do they present?
Yeah, they're a good team. They've got a lot of experience there. They play big. They play fast. I mean, it's gonna be a good battle with them. They're loud, so I think that they're sort of like a very complete college tennis team. So I think the only way to beat them is to go after them and beat them at their own game. So that's the plan. I think we just come in there, lots of energy, take it to them, and see what happens.
Chapel?
We talked to Connor. Who else on the team do you feel like is really playing the best ball right now, or maybe you want to give someone a shout out to, whether that's singles, doubles, that's kind of helped you get to this stage that you're right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think James, is playing some of the best tennis he's played all year right now. He's really stepping up in the moment. Also, Raf, I think he had a slightly tough season, but postseason, he suddenly showed up and he's playing the best tennis I've seen him all year as well. So I think our team's in a very good place right now. Like everyone's firing on all cylinders right now. I'm super confident going into tomorrow that we're going to pull off a great result.
And last one from me. Coach mentioned there's like an alumni group chat, a lot of guys that are really active, keeping up with what's going on. What's it like to have those guys in your corner and kind of know the foundation they set and being able to kind of do this for yourselves, but also them in a way?
Yeah, I mean, that's one of our main goals is to sort of like do it for them because they've gave us this opportunity to play in this tournament. Without them, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't have this great team, this great coach. So I think doing this for them is just as important as doing it for us. So every day we speak to them a lot. They congratulate us after the wins and help us after our losses, and they're a big part of this program still. So just trying to do everything for them as well is a big goal of us.
Right, anything else for Toby? All right, Toby, thank you so much. Thank you, Josh and Connor, too. Appreciate you guys joining us, and enjoy practice this afternoon and be great tomorrow. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.